good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Chicago Bears. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out here with the option left. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. Finding room at midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Chicago.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because if you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Here's Hurts. Steps away. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Fields. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to say it.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
Certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it?
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take over at their own 41. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I suppose we're going to locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
They'll run with Montgomery. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event,
open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
And they'll accept that penalty. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. This one out quickly to Watkins. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running.
But I think the ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You've probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
To throw is Fields.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over here up near the 40. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. But first down, Hurts. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ken Walker, 30 yards. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where did they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him.
That's caught at the 25. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. Running left, Montgomery. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Once more, Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They go play action with Hurts. Steps away to his left. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
Hurts throw.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And boy, ball security a problem for him so far. 2 first-half fumbles. The first one they were able to keep. This one, a turnover.
And they've got to determine what is causing these turnovers. Is it extra effort, trying to get extra yardage? Sometimes you just have to take what you can get and just take care of the ball.
This is intercepted. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Hurts.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Devontae Smith.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Eagles get a bit closer.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a give left side to Montgomery. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
113 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
This is caught inside the 15. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he's got some space here. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand.
And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On second down, Montgomery. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Nakobe Dean able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here comes the Bears punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. It'll be just an 18-yard punt.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
That's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Going deep here for Watkins. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver.
And it's 2nd down.
Fields now to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Kenneth Walker with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly can. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Yeah, they clawed their way back into this game. First half, they were down pretty big. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. How have they done it?
First thing is what you just talked about, clawing their way back in. That means they decided to go ahead and fight this thing out, which is great. The second part is they looked at where the problems were in the first half, figured out how to shore them up, and have now gone to that part of the playbook that is actually working for them. A few adjustments, a few changes, and really good execution.
Now we'll see if that trend can continue. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watkins. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Gainwell.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Okay, break. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. The kick by Elliott is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And this will be a Bears 1st down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Walker with another carry.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Stuck for a loss by the safety, Eddie Jackson.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing it for a loss.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick-6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick-6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This one fielded at the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get them.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now Fields. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. Back to throw, Fields. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 15. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Let's go now.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Philadelphia, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bears, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.